countries have made it clear that the investors of choice are those who will come and invest in our continent, but also process the resources
The findings of a new study that calculates sub-Saharan Africa's raw material footprint over the past 2 decades shows that production and consumption levels nearly doubled between 1995 and 2015. Africa is a net exporter of raw material footprints across all material categories: biomass, construction materials, fossil fuels, and ores. Raw material equivalents of exports, referred to as raw material footprints embodied in Africa's exports of goods and services to the rest of the world, increased by 53%, from 1.95 gigatons in 1995 to 2.98 gigatons in 2015. The raw material footprint in African exports increased for almost all African countries. Countries such as South Africa, Egypt, Nigeria, Algeria, Angola, and Ethiopia saw the highest growth in raw material equivalents of exports over the period. These soaring levels of raw material equivalent of exports reveal the strong connection between raw material extraction and growth strategies of African countries.
Africa is a continent of great opportunity in industrialization process in a variety of sectors. This continent is rich in the critical minerals that will drive business success in the 21st century. The continent has resources of lithium, vanadium, cobalt, platinum, palladium, nickel, copper, rare earth minerals, rhodium, and many others. And these are the minerals that are bound and are driving
the export of raw materials has been identified as one of the major causes of structural weaknesses in African economies for over the past decade. Experts have recommended value addition as the only viable way to reduce poverty, strengthen economic resilience, reduce unemployment, and social inequality on the continent. This situation, which is described as chronic dependency, is a result of the economic model left behind by the occupying colonial powers, a model designed to make Africa a reliable source of raw materials for their industrial economies. This dependency has long been an observed phenomenon, but Africa have never managed to reverse the trend. By way of a practical solution to this problem is on all profit-based economies in Africa to implement courageous policies and to move towards a model under which raw materials are processed locally. This in turn will generate more wealth and employment and will increase investment in the infrastructure sector, a key driver of growth, arguing that the establishment of local processing industries will help to combat unemployment and vulnerability, as well as poverty more generally.